Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. You are a co-host, so that means you can unmute your mic. You can turn on your video. So I made you a
I
co-host.
know I can do those things. I just don't know how to do it.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, Damilola.
Good
How are you?
afternoon. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good
Oh,
afternoon.
yeah.
How
Fernandez, is
is
that
it?
you?
Is Cyril?
Yes, there's a third person on the call. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I
How
saw
is
you on
everything?
greet you. Very fine.
Okay, so the chairman of a committee, Fernandez Marcos Obiene, is also on the call.
Hello, sir. Greetings, sir. Mr. General, welcome to our session. Um, is it possible for you to move the camera farther away from your face so it's not like you're in the face of the respondent? So if you can push it farther away.
I'm not hearing.
I said, is it possible
Okay,
for you to put the device farther away from you,
To do
like a
what?
bit farther? Sorry, to put the device farther, to
Please,
push the
I'm not
device
hearing
farther.
at all.
okay.
Hello? I can't hear what
Damilola,
is
can you
being
hear me?
said. Hello?
Okay, can you hear me? Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay,
For the
so
other
what?
person,
Okay, what he is saying is that you're too close to your phone or your device so that you move back. Yes, so that the camera is not.
yeah, my
Okay.
problem is vision. So
Okay.
that's why I try to be close to anything I'm looking at. Is one okay like
Oh,
this?
yes, I think it's better. It's better like this.
Yeah, but well, it doesn't really matter since I don't really.
Oh, now it's too far.
Huh?
Okay, he's saying
Now
that.
it's too far.
Because I can't see that well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So let me see. What of this?
Okay, but can you see from
It's
there? Is your vision good from that position?
Where my vision is bad, but I can manage.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Is this a better situation?
Um, is yes, I think this is. Oh, okay.
I
Uh,
elevated my laptop. Yeah.
okay. I think it's still shaking, so I think you're still trying to stabilize it somehow. Okay. I think this will do. Yes,
Yeah.
this would if you are provided you are able to see your screen. So
Yeah, I can see my screen. It just well, I can see my screen. I can see you. For me to see you
okay.
very well, I have to go forward. Greetings. This is my first time
Oh.
of seeing you, apart from your
Oh,
WhatsApp.
okay. Oh, nice to meet you, sir.
Although we may have sat across each other at the conference in Lagos, well, I don't think
Possibly, and
we.
I think we have attended a couple of webinars together too.
Yeah, we have done a lot of webinars together.
Yes.
But I was sitting with the PA to the chairperson, the chairman.
Oh, during the SLP
Let,
conference, because
let
I
us
was not
see.
in Lagos.
Okay, we're not in Lagos.
No, I was not. I was not in Lagos. So
Okay, so that's great.
okay. So let me follow up with the speaker to ask that he joins. So Okay, so the speaker will be joining the call shortly. I just sent him a message to prompt him. We have several Nba-Slp co-hosts. I know one is probably Favor, and I know one is Fernandez. So I don't know who the third person is. Let me see. Okay. So 1,217 persons registered for this webinar. And I know give or take about half, well, my half about half join because people generally just register for stuff. And more often than not, they don't remember to join. But I'm trying to resend a mail to everybody who registered. Watch out, I can. Let me check if the speaker is on the call yet. Okay, it's not here yet.
You don't want to take it. Oh well, I mean, if you are so the
Okay,
reality
so
is,
the speaker is
if the
joining
person
now.
sense, there's no point.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Bem Shima Peter. I'm going to make you a co-host now so that you can unmute your mic and turn on your video,
Yes.
so that you can share your screen. Okay. Yeah, good afternoon. You are welcome. Thank you for joining us. So, Mr. Cyril Ojono
Good
will be
afternoon.
is the moderator for today. Will be moderating today's session, and Mr. Bemshima Peter is the facilitator of today's session. So flowing from the agenda I've shared with both of you. So typically, since Fernandez is here, he will start the session once it's time, introduce the session, and the section chair, that's Mrs. Folashade Ali SAN. We are hoping that she will join the call as well. So introduce her, and then she gives the opening remarks, and then I will read the bio of the moderator and then hand over to the moderator who will read the bio of the speaker and hand over to the speaker, and then the session will commence proper. We'll have a question and answer session at the end of the session. question and answer time, I mean, at the end of the session. And that's, and then once the session is over, if Fernandez is still on the call, you can give the closing remark, or I will give the closing remark. And then that'll be the end of the session. I'll be online to provide backend support, especially taking care of comments and inquiries in the chat box. So participants will not be able to unmute their mics or speak, but they can take advantage. They can use the chat box and then leave their questions and comments there when the session starts. So that from there you can pick the questions that will be attended to after the presentation. And yeah, that is all the brief from my hand. So if you have any question, you can let me know. So once it's when it's exactly 2 p.m., I will open the waiting room and allow those who are waiting to join the call so that we can start on the dot of 2 p.m. That way we get to maximize the time.
All right. I'm trying to join from.
So if you have any question, please you can ask me before time.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you so much. I am trying to join again from my other device. Please, could you allow me?
Okay, you're trying to, you want to leave and join again, right?
No, I've got multiple devices. I'm trying to join on another device because I'd be
on another device. Okay, yes, I can see it. Okay, so I'm going to admit that now.
Thank you.
Okay,
hello, but one of your devices must be permanently off in terms of sound, or else it creates echo.
Yes, thank you so much for that. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. Why can't I see you?
Bye, sir. I'm switching that over now.
Huh?
Yes, you should be able to see me now. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Well, sir.
Hello, sir.
Okay. So yes, I can see you now.
Madam, I'm not saying anything in this session. No. I'm just.
You're not saying anything as in.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, you're not saying anything?
Yes.
Okay, so that means I'll be the one to take the welcome remarks. Okay.
No, Madam will take the welcome remarks.
No, I mean to introduce the session and introduce her, but she's not here yet. So hopefully she can before time.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying.
All right.
Okay. So in the next 10 minutes, the session will officially commence. I'm trying to send reminder mails to everyone who registered to join. So. Okay. So trying to keep an eye out for the chairperson of the session. All right. So this is my own field. Okay, so The Leonard Silk is on the call as well.
So, welcome, madam. Sorry that we kept you in the waiting room for too long, Mrs. Ali.
No problem. I'll just give me 1 minute. Look, you have to give me like 3 minutes. There's something I can do now. So.
Okay, so in 2 minutes, I will be opening the waiting room to everyone who has been waiting. And then we will start. Good afternoon, Leonard Silk.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leonard Silk.
And thank you for joining us again. Okay, so it is time. We have 54 persons in the waiting room. I think that's a very sizable number and good to start with. So I'll be admitting everyone now. My lords, here present, Leonard Seals, seniors, colleagues, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on another session of the Nba-Slp Technology, Media and Telecommunications webinar series. Today, just like we have always had in the past, we will be having a very critical technology conversation. Today, we'll be examining the conversation on transcription, minute writing, and AI-assisted documentation for lawyers. My name is Damilola Victoria Alabi. I am the secretary of the TMT committee, and it is my honor to welcome you again. We have, the attendance is growing. We had more than 1,200 persons who registered to join today's session, and that's extremely impressive. And as usual, we have been blessed again to be graced by the chairperson of the Nba-Slp, Mrs. Folashade Ali, who is looking very gorgeous as always. She's joining our session again today. And Leonard Silk, as always, we always love your very succinct and very insightful welcome remarks. So Leonard Silk, please, once again, if you will do us the honor to declare the session open and welcome our participants.
Thank you, Damilola. Good afternoon, everyone, distinguished colleagues and friends of the MBA section on legal practice. It's now a weekly ritual, so it's my pleasure again to welcome everyone to today's session that's been organized by Technology and Media and Telecommunications Committee of the MBA. I don't know what to say, but to thank this committee. They've done a tremendous job. Everybody is excited. Last week I heard was phenomenal. You're just teaching all of us how to be relevant, and I thank you, especially Marcos Ferdinand. I don't know how to thank you for the way you continue to ensure that we all stay tuned, we stay informed. Thank you once again. The future, obviously, of our profession is increasingly AI enabled, and all of us as practitioners must position ourselves not merely as observers, but we must understand and effectively use these tools. So when I saw the topic, transcription, minutes writing, AI-assisted documentation for that, I said, this is really timely and extremely practical. because we must all learn how to record, take minutes accurately, and using the tools, and also obviously continue to think about confidentiality. Thank you, Ferdinand Marcos Obiane, for consistently driving this impactful weekly series, and for your team. I am grateful. Especially would like to appreciate our guest speaker, the CEO of Devon Technologies, Mr. Besh. I saw the name. I wanted to find out where you're from. I know Bebshima Peter. So, Mr. Peter, thank you very much for honoring our invitation and sharing your expertise with us. And to our moderator, from Cecil Brent Services, the CEO, Mr. Cyril Ojeonu, thank you for leading. I'm confident that we'll have an engaging and insightful discussion. I can't wait to know how I can use AI, to take transcripts and take it effectively. So thank you everyone for joining and for taking your time to be here to join Nba-Slp. I hope you've all registered. You're all our members now. We're giving you free knowledge. And I hope you've all decided that you should join Nba-Slp. Thank you all for participating, and I hope that will be an engaging session. Once again, I'll hand over to Damilola, and I wish everyone a productive and engaging and rewarding session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Leonard. Thank you for that very, once again, insightful welcome remarks. Now, I am not the moderator for today. I'm simply welcoming our attendees. The session today will be moderated by Mr. Cyril Ojeonu. Mr. Cyril is a multidisciplinary professional with years of experience spanning law, engineering, and social development. He's currently the principal counsel at Omo Ojeonu & Co., where he specializes in legal research, representation, and advocacy. He also serves as the principal consultant CEO at Cecil Brent Services, an engineering and social development consultancy firm. He holds an LLB from the River State University of Technology, Port Harcourt, and is an advocate, was called to the Nigerian bar in 2015. Currently, is awaiting his thesis defense for an LLM in energy law from the University of Ibadan, Nigeria. He holds an MBA and a BSc in biochemistry from the University of Benin, Nigeria, and first degree qualifications in chemical engineering. He specialized in arbitration dispute resolution by the United Nations Institute for Training and Research. Mr. Cyril, among other things, is a member of the Nigerian Bar Association, member of the National Association of Energy Economists. He's a member and a former General Secretary of the Nigerian Society of Chemical Engineers, a division of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and a fellow of the Institute of Manpower Development and Management. Mr. Cyril, we are so delighted that you offered to moderate today's session. And sir, please, the floor is yours, sir.
Greetings, everyone. First of all, let me appreciate the presence of Leonard Sik, Folashade Ali. My first time of seeing you since the very impressive conference.
Thank you very much.
I confess that perhaps I may just be attending only the SLP going forward.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much.
Without wasting much time, I would like to quickly go to the meat of this forum and introduce our guest speaker who will be taking us through this particular session. Our guest speaker is Bebshima Peter, and is the Chief Executive of Devon Technologies. Devon Technologies is a Nigerian software and technology company headquartered in Abuja, and is involved in building digital infrastructure for institutions and businesses across Nigeria. Its flagship product, which is Indica, is an AI-powered court digitization and management platform currently deployed across 8 Nigerian states, with over 60 courts in use of that technology. Judica captures court proceedings, structures case records, and through its public cost list, gives lawyers direct paid access to court transcripts and audio recordings of proceedings. Is one of the few AI documentation systems operating at an institutional scale within Nigeria, the Nigerian judiciary today. Devon has developed Meet Session, a professional meeting platform built for structured documentation workflows, enabling recording, transcription, and export of meeting records for professional use. Ben Shima's section contribution is grounded in operational experience rather than theory. Devon Technologies holds an extra high-level classification with the Nigerian Data Protection Commission, giving him direct current experience of the consent, confidentiality, compliance obligations that arise when AI handles legal and institutional records under the NDPA 2023 Act. The session will demonstrate a complete practical workflow from the court transcript process via Judica to live meeting recording via Meet Session to AI assisted attendance notes generation using cloud, including the verification obligations that remain with the practitioner. Please, Leonard Silks and colleagues and attendees, I would like to hand over the floor to our guest speaker, Ben Shima Peter. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ben Shima.
Thank you so much, sir. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, clearly.
Loud and clear.
Wow, thank you so much. A warm afternoon to my lords present, Ikani, magistrate present, senior advocates. It's nice to meet you. Nice to see you also. Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Learned friends, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to be here today, and I also consider it a privilege to share some of the knowledge I have with the legal community. My name is Ben Shima Peter. I lead Devon Technologies, which is a software company building digital products in Nigeria for institutional, legal, and businesses, right? Now, what I'm about to share with us today is not theory. It's something that after this session, what I consider success of this session is somebody from the audience is able to immediately implement a workflow, as I like to call it, using artificial intelligence and other, I'm trying not to use too complex words, other AI-enabled products. And typically we call them large language models, right? But the goal is, after this conversation, we'll be able to pick up these tools and replicate the workflow. In fact, if you have a meeting today, you could even try it out today. So that would be what I consider success of today's meeting. Now, if you allow me share my screen, and I'm doing that now.
Yes, you are a co-host, so you are enabled to share your screen.
Okay, doing that now. Please verify you can see my screen.
Yes. Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so we've done salutations. So now, I want to ask a question, right? And this is the question. We have meetings, typically as lawyers, You have meetings, consultations, client brief. You're trying to understand what the client needs and the rest of that. Those consultations are what you use to prepare your brief for your proceeding, if it's a litigation case or whatever it is, if it's a contract. You basically have to discuss with the client to understand what they want. Now, sometimes it could be conferences, it could be a board meeting, right? It could be a physical or virtual meeting. We're having a virtual meeting now where the conversations are going on. Now, this meeting, for example, spans for 2 hours, or let's say 1 hour, 30 minutes, and you did not write through that meeting. After that 1 hour, 30 minutes, when you get back to your office, can you recall everything that was said there? Now, that's a question I'd like us to answer in mind mentally. To a large extent, and I say large extent because some people may have photographic memory, but to a large extent, you would have little, very, very little memory of what happened. You preferably remember things that expressions, feelings, and occurrences that happened than actually things in the meeting or the meeting itself. Now, it's not a shortcoming, it's just how the human mind is. There is as much as active memory can work with. So this, would I call it a limitation or a problem? Here's where it is. If you don't write during that meeting, you've lost most of the context of that meeting, right? So if you're trying to recover those things, they're coming from your memory, and then other things have clogged that, or other things you've attended to other things, so other things are on your mind. The second thing is billable hours. Now, there's a stat that says 40 to 60% of legal professionals, their time, those 40% to 60% is taken through meetings, writing reports, and the rest of that. Now, that 60%, if you convert it back into the amount of clients you attend to and the rest of that, that is directly translating to finances, right? So billable hours is lost on admin work. The last is the risk of incomplete records of these meetings. It could be a proceeding, it could be a consultation, whichever it is. There is tendency that you may not get everything verbatim. Now, this is something that's already happening. How do we maximize, or how do we utilize available tools to get us what we need? Effective transcription, accurate transcription. I'm here to introduce workflow. Workflow is divided into 3 sections. In your record, after recording, that meeting is transferred into text, readable text. Afterwards, that is processed. It's processed into a meeting document, it's processed into a board memo, it's processed into a report or a meeting minute. So how do we do this? That's one. 2, what are the processes involved in this? We already record, we already attend meetings, we already try to jot down during physical meetings or virtual meetings, right? So is there a better way we can do it? That's what this workflow will explain to us. Now, I mentioned this already. So your meetings you attend, the virtual, the physical, whichever of them, you're expected to provide some of these documents, which could be an attendance note, a written meeting note, right? The minute itself, or a formal report drafted from the conference. But again, it has to come from what has been said, what has been said during that entire conversation. What are the individual steps involved? For recording, you have options or tools like Zoom, what we are currently on, Google Meet, we all know Google, Otter AI, Meet Session, and Judic AI. They are more than that. There's Fireflies. Now, some of these tools operate for physical meetings, some operate in virtual meetings. What they do is they simply enable you record your meetings. So, for example, if it's a virtual meeting like we're having, the call is being recorded. If you see your screen, it's already being recorded. If it's so Zoom, Google Meet, they fall under the virtual meetings recorders, right? Otter AI, Meet Session, Judic AI, these are products that fall under the physical meetings. So you are having a one-on-one client discussion or you are in court proceeding, right? These tools would help you record what is actually going on there. Now, after you recorded the entire conversation, 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, and the rest of that, the next thing is to transcribe that. Prior to this, some people would listen to the recordings and try to write out some details of what has been said, right? There are tools that will help you just collect all this information, transcribe it into text, you will have it there. After that, you need to process this text. And by processing it means it would most definitely convert everything that was said. So if I say, if someone makes a joke, right, cracks a joke in that conversation, it's going to be transcribed. If someone said a side talk, it's also going to be transcribed. But these are things you don't need in your report, right? So that report or that meeting note has to be processed. And that's where other tools like Claude, ChatGPT, Meet AI, Grok to a very large extent can work for you. Now, there's the last part that I want to emphasize in this entire workflow. So the workflow is this: record, transcribe, analyze. Now, after this workflow is done, the last part, which is very important, is what has been processed needs to be reviewed by you. It needs to be reviewed by you, by yourself. In the process of processing this data or this information, context may be changed, right? And if there's a difference between the witness said this and the counsel said this, there's a very large difference. So you want to ensure that the context is still the same. Sometimes some of these tools also do not capture words that are pronounced, again, because of our intonation and the country we are in, right? We have a lot of languages, and these languages have intonation on people's accent and the rest of that. So sometimes words are not captured properly. That's also another reason why you need to pay attention to your transcripts, or better yet, the analysis of your transcript, right? To ensure that the context is not lost and what is being said or what is relevant for the report you're giving out is also captured in. Now, a more practical process, or before that, I'd like to analyze, I like to do an analogy, right? An analogy of the tools and what you can picture them as. So think of a recording tool. Now, the examples I gave were Zoom, Google Meet, Otter, Meet Session, and the rest of that. Think of them as your pen, right? Your pen that is helping you write what it hears. Now, every tool has a legal equivalent, right? So those tools that have helped you written what has been heard can also help you transcribe them. So what has been heard, transcribed automatically. And the examples of that would be Otter, Fireflies, Zoom, like this one, Meet Session, Judic, and the rest of that. Then the last one is picture it as your junior assistant, right? So you have the meeting, you've gotten your transcript, you've given that transcript to your assistant to process it, to get it in the desired format. It could be your meeting notes, it could be a memo, it could be a resolution, whatever it is, the desired format from it. So when you picture these tools as these sections or these entities, it becomes paramount to see why you need to look at it. So if your junior assistant, if you give a task to your junior assistant and the person worked on it, do you just take that result and deliver it to somebody else? Because one thing you must know that even though the tool is even though these tools generate a report for you, you didn't write them, right? As far as you tender those documents, they are your products. They are your mental work. So you will be responsible for what it says. That's why you need to review them. Right. Now let's go for a demonstration. So I'm also joined on a device here. I'm going to share my from it again. Okay, let me stop sharing here. Okay, and then I can share from here. So give me a minute. I'm trying to mirror a screen so that we can see what an example of this tool will look like and how we can use them. Okay. Give me a minute.
Meanwhile, for those who are interested in joining SLP, the link is on the chat group. Please fill the form and join the moving train. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently I can only share from one device. So let me use my system instead. Quarter. Okay, so I'm sharing. All right. So I'm using an example now. So I'm using one of the tools called Otter. I was trying to use the mobile application, but I couldn't share from any of the devices. So I went to their web application to start using it. Now, if you see the screen, is recording what I'm saying automatically, right? So in your meeting, as you keep having those conversations, we talk about it, and automatically it records it, it transcribes it automatically.
Mr. Bemshima.
Otter does that. Yes?
Mr. Bemshima, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes. The browser interface you're sharing is quite small. So is there a way to maybe maximize the screen so that it takes up the entire space or something?
Is this better?
The browser itself, the web interface itself is still what it was. It's still small. Okay. Yes, I think it looks better. I think this is better. This is manageable.
Okay, there's a lag. It should be better now.
Yeah.
Please confirm if you can see it and you can see my screen.
Yes, I can still see it.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Okay, so basically, as I was talking, it was recording all I was saying, right? To a very large extent, it will record everything he hears. So let me use an example. Kemi, the Yoruba word. We got that there, right? Let me use Al Mustafa as another word there. So you can see to a very large extent how accurate these tools are. So you have this running for your physical meeting or your virtual meeting, and the process just goes on. Now I'm trying to get it to say 5 minutes so that I can process it and make some sense out of it. By process, I mean get out the transcript and make some sense out of it. So while this is going on, I'll run us through again what the process looks like or what our previous steps were. I'm sure you can still see my screen.
Yes, yes.
So you're in your meeting, you're about to start that meeting. There are some rules about that. I'll mention that after the demonstration. You start the recording process. You could use Zoom, like this call we are currently on is being recorded. You could use Google Meet to also record the conversation. You could also use Otter AI, what I'm currently demonstrating. Another product you can use is Meet Session. Another product you can use is Judic AI. However, Judic AI is restricted for the court, right? Now, after so it does that automatically for you. It's recorded, it's saved. Process 3 minutes. It would upload your conversation, get your transcript for you, right? So I have my transcript, timestamped. When I said what I said what, and the rest of that. So this shows 2 steps: record, transcribe. Now, most of these tools do both of them at once. Few would attend to one, most of them do both of them at once. Now, once you are done, the next thing you want to do is analyze your transcript, right? So I'm going to pull up another interface. I think the last session was on Claude. So I'm also going to be using Claude to demonstrate how to analyze this. So this is Claude interface. Again, we've seen what it looks like. I think it's lagging because I'm just seeing it's transcribing from this other device. Please, can you confirm what you are seeing?
Okay, so it's showing an interface. It's it's working on a transcript. From what I can see, it's showing action items, outline, that kind of thing.
I think that there've been a lag because I just noticed that I'm a bit ahead. Okay, we can all see that the transcript has been generated, correct? And this was generated based off what I've been saying and the entire conversation I've been having. Right. Now, this satisfies the first step, the first two steps, which I said, the record step and the transcription step. Now, after the record and transcription, you need to collect this transcript that has been generated and process that is for. Now, that's where the last step comes to play, which you can use tools like Claude, ChatGPT, Meet AI, which is also provided on Meet Session, to analyze this product, to analyze your meetings already. Now, how do you do that? For example, with Otter, you can export it by sharing that transcript. Set the permission and allow it to be visible or read by anybody. Copy that link to test that it is visible by anybody. We're going to paste that link here and have it pull up our transcript. I think this is lagging badly.
Also, Mr. Benchmark, if you can improve on your audio, if you can increase your audio somehow. It's clear, but the audio is kind of low.
Okay, give me a minute. Is it better?
Very, very, very better. Very better. It's a lot better. Thank you.
All right. So I've demonstrated how to record. I think my network is, I don't know if it's my network. I've demonstrated how to use some of these tools to record a meeting, right? So I've covered the first two steps: recording, after recording, transcript generation, which I said typically most of these tools that I pointed out would actually do both at the same time. Okay, most will do both at the same time. Now, when you are done with that entire session, recording and transcribing, you need to process it, which is also part of the third, which is the third step of the entire process or the workflow I pointed out. Now, how do you do that? Most of these tools gives you the opportunity to export your transcript, exporting it like as a link that can be accessed by restricted persons or anybody on the internet. Now, what I did for the one I just generated was I made it publicly available so anybody can use it. That means if anybody can use it, means some of these tools that I use to analyze your meetings can also do that. So I got the link, I pasted it here to verify that I can see it can actually access the transcript. Now I'm going to head over to my third part, which is my junior assistant, and have it process the transcript by just pasting the link there. Now, the clearer your instruction is to a large language model, the clearer your instruction is to these tools, Claude, ChatGPT, the clearer or the better your output would be. So for that, I'm going to give us a very short structure of how to put your prompts. So let me go and copy what it looks like. First, you want to tell that conversation the role it is playing. So is it whatever the conversation is about. So in this context, it's a legal documentation assistant, right? I will provide you the transcript of the client. Sorry, this, and copy this, right? Come back to your interface. You've pasted the link to your transcript, if you recall. You pasted the link to your transcript. Paste that prompt you're looking out for, the prompt you structured. So tell it the role it should play, tell it the task you want it to do. Read this meeting, structure it into an attendance note with date, participant, key point discussed, summary, and the rest of that. This will be suited. You can customize this to your own taste. I also show us how to actually generate this because, again, you have a thought process. You can just have something do it for you. Now, I pasted the link, I pasted the instruction. I'm going to have it analyze it for me. Okay. And use another example. Okay, so I'm exporting a transcript from Meet session. I'm trying to use Meet session to export a transcript. I've copied the link of that transcript and I will, it's a random, oh, you can see my screen already. Oh, brilliant. Oh, let me see. Go to folders. Check this. Check this. Okay. It's video. Okay. I can export this. This is a conference I recorded, so I can export this and again come to Claude interface and give an example. The meeting, copy out my instruction. Please, I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay, and you can see my screen. You can see what I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay. So it's to fetch the transcript for you and try to analyze it. It's now processing the document. It's now processing this. Public seminar, a panel discussion on the topic of electronic evidence, admissible and case management technology. And someone said they can't see your screen.
I can see the screen from my hand, so it's probably a network glitch from that person's end. Yes.
Okay. So it would process the document. Again, you've given it a structure on how you want your report to be. It's going to process it for you and give you out. Now, this satisfies the third part. It's doing that currently. It satisfies the third part of it. So step one, record. Record with Otter, Meet Session, any tool that allows you to record. After that, transcribe. Typically, most of these tools will do both at the same time. Too tiny. Is it better? I hope it's better now.
Yes, it's a lot better.
Okay. So I've given it a transcript. It has processed that transcript. It has given me my documents. So step one, step two, step three in the entire workflow has been achieved. So from the meeting, this date was, today's 14th, using today. This is the seminar, this is the details, this is the subject matter, again, all from the transcript. The participants, the key discussions, like we had structured it, what it was about, the different sections, the industry, instructions, right, for the summary itself. Reform, it states out what and what and what and what. Actions with deadline, what and what and what and what, right? With this now, you have completed all 3 steps of the process. Step 1, recorded, transcribed. Step 2, processed what has been transcribed into a document. And then the third one, which is the third one, process it into a document. Now, the final one is you as a lawyer need to review these documents. Okay, you as a lawyer need to review what has been generated and ensure that it is in line with you, with what is expected. That makes sense. Now, all these things, in fact, the generation process probably took less than a minute, which if we're to place it side by side with what you're expected to do, this was a, let me check how long. This was a 22 minutes discussion, right? You probably need to re-listen to it again. After listening to it, you have to write it out yourself. After writing it out, that's when you get your transcript. But like in less than 5 minutes, I'm able to do as the first draft of my report. With that, I can go ahead to edit it, make the necessary corrections and the rest of that. Now, we cannot talk about artificial intelligence, recording, and AI as a whole without talking about compliance. Compliance, compliance, compliance. Okay, demo. Come here. Before you record any conversation, if it's a private conversation, please let the participant know that you are recording, not before, not after, not during the conversation. Let them know beforehand that, oh, you would like to record this entire session for legal documentations, right? That's one consent you need to get. The second consent you need to get is the consent for processing that data. The first consent is for recording that data. The second consent is for processing that data. Processing it is what we talked about, which is taking it, going into any of these LLMs for them to process it for you, get it into a structure that you require. Now, processing this data, a way you can have your client consent to this is add it to your agreements document, right? So that they also, as they're going through it, they see that, okay, your data would be, or the conversation will be processed and the rest of that. That's just to ensure that you stay compliant. Now, how do you, okay, that's basically what I mentioned. Now, you would always prefer transcriptions that are done to a very large extent within a closed environment than those that are done over the internet, especially when you don't have some form of legal agreement or NDPIs with them. You don't have any of those legal agreements. Either the company doesn't have or the tool itself doesn't have. It's preferable to have recordings done locally. However, other tools already covers this as part of their compliance, so that gives you that benefit. But again, if you're having to use these tools to process your client's data, please ensure that the compliance clause is part of your agreements document. Key takeaways or key takeouts. Now, I demonstrated a workflow that cuts across 2 tools, a minimum of 2 tools. One, a tool that will help you record and transcribe. And then 2, a tool that will help you process what has been transcribed. Right? The second is at least a checklist, just 2 things. 1, ensure that you see consent before usage. Second, ensure that processing this data, the recorded data, is also part of your document. It's also part of the agreement that you're probably having with this consultant. And then how can you immediately start using it? Now, I told you that one of the success, or the thing that I consider a success here, is that somebody can pick this entire workflow, go and execute it today, and start using the entire process. So, key takeouts: 1, the workflow; 2, the compliance; and 3, you should take action immediately and start using it. I know I'm going to have a lot of questions. I expect questions. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Bemshima, for that session. I mean, it was a race against the several technical glitches. But to the participants who have been asking for a recorded version of the video, please note that this and all previous webinars hosted by the TMT are uploaded on the Nba-Slp YouTube channel. So you can always catch a replay of the webinar on the YouTube channel. Now, I saw a few questions. Okay, I'm just going to start with the last one I saw about Otter AI. There's a limit on how many minutes of audio you can upload on the platform for transcription. So I don't know if that's something you want to clarify. If a participant needs to take note that, okay, you need to have a paid version, do you need to subscribe? What do you need to do? Or can the free version do transcription for an endless range of video recording? Of audio recording or whatever recording.
Thank you so much. So most of these tools offer free.
Oh, your audio is frozen. Okay, I think you're muted. Mr. Benjamin, we can't. Okay, you were frozen for a bit. So I think you might need to start from most of those tools somewhere there.
Is it better now? Am I visible? Am I audible?
Yes, you have. But you might need to go over your line of thought again.
That's okay. That's okay. So most of these tools offer a freemium product. They are freemium products. That means they offer a free tier, and afterwards, to some extent, you have to start paying for the extra features you have. Now, I said Otter is part of that. In fact, for Zoom, you don't even have recording on the free tier. It's on the paid plans, right? Also, Google Meet, you don't have recording on the free tier. That's on the paid plan. Some tools offer this, some may, some may not. For Otter, I now said, when I was trying to get the transcript of what was generated, you remember that when I was recording, I had recorded with Otter and I wanted to process it from Claude. That restriction could also be as part of the fact that I'm on the free plan, on the free tier, right? Now, another tool that off the top is Meet Session. Now, you could see I was able to, that meeting was one of the meetings I had, and one of the conferences I had last year. I took it, used it to demonstrate what I was trying to demonstrate on with that Otter didn't give me. So some of these tools are paid for. Some of them are paid in Naira, some of them are paid in dollar. You have the leverage of picking which one you want and paying for them. Does that answer your question? Or does that answer the question?
Okay, I believe it does. So what you're simply saying is that there is a free version with very strong limitations. But if you want to enjoy the full service, you might have to go premium or whatever platform you're subscribing to. Okay. So there's another question here. Someone is asking, what are the AI tools you suggested? So I'm guessing maybe because of the audio glitch, the person was struggling to hear. So the AI tools you mentioned.
Okay. So I mentioned these tools, and I want to share my screen again so that you can see them, because I mentioned them and I categorized them. And it's important you see where to use which. Apologies for the network glitch. Please confirm you can see my screen.
Okay, yes. Yes, I can see it now.
Is it very visible?
Okay, you're not sharing your slides yet. Okay, yes, it's visible. Yes, I can see that you're trying to move. Okay, yes.
Okay. So I broke our workflow into 3 steps, right? The first step is recording. The second step is store or analysis to what has been generated. So to answer that question, most of these tools do both of them, recording and transcribing. For example, Otter is one of them. And I'm saying Otter because it offers both features. Both features, I mean, you can use it for virtual meetings, you can use it for physical meetings. So by that, there are times when you are with your consultant, right? You're jumping in on a physical, you are in a physical meeting there. There's no time to start setting up a virtual meeting. You can pull it out and you start using it immediately. Another tool is Meet Session. Meet Session currently is particularly for physical meetings. So it's not for virtual meetings, for physical meetings. Another way you can use it is maybe if you're on a virtual call, you can have your device by the side that will record it. So for recording, you have Zoom, Otter, Meet Session for recording. For transcription, you also have Otter, you have Fireflies, you have Zoom. Zoom also records and transcribes. You have Meet Session. These are these are apps that you can start using yourself. And then for the structure or analysis, you can use either ChatGPT, you can use Claude for it. To some extent, if you want to do research related work, you can use Grok, and Grok is offered by XAI. So does that answer your question? So the
Yes,
workflow is made up of at least two tools, one for recording and transcribing, one for analysis.
Okay, I believe it does. Then someone also asked the question that some meetings are high level and decisions are kept private for a while. So how do you handle I believe the person is, how do you handle recording and transcription when that is the case for very high level and highly confidential meetings?
Okay. I have a question to ask, but what I'll just do is I'll pick a scenario and elaborate on that scenario. So let's say the meeting is confidential and is within an organization, right? There are some tools that allow you to use transcription, recording, and the rest of that for just that organization, right? So you may need to be on that particular plan. It just on those plans to allow you to just do those things for them alone. So it wouldn't. You are sure of privacy, you are sure of security, and that particular recording is restricted to the people in that room. That's one scenario. Now, another scenario is every time you record and transcribe, if you don't analyze it, that transcript stays with the platform that was used. So if it is Meet Session, it stays on Meet Session. If it is Otter, it stays on Otter, except you explicitly share it out. I hope that answers your question. I picked out 2 scenarios and try to explain in both or for both.
So I think that answers it. Is either you have something that is in-house that you use for just for your organization, or you just leave it at the transcription level. You don't export it from where the recording and transcription was done. At least you know the environment where the transcript is. Okay. Then someone else raised the concern. He says, I recall some of my colleagues using Otter AI on their devices for office meeting, only for the rest of us, that's the teammates, to be bombarded with emails from Otter. It was such a nuisance that they had to uninstall it from their devices. As Otter AI fixed that issue? So the marketing problem.
So if you think, so I'm sure probably that meeting was a virtual call and it had joined in. So it's also a way that these tools market their products. Every participant is sent the meeting brief and the rest of that, and then probably giving an option for you to come on board, sign up, and get that particular product. I can imagine what that looks like. I don't think they've stopped it. To your question, I don't think they've stopped it. I don't think they've stopped it yet.
Okay, so that also raises a concern as to privacy, because if the AI tool is listening in on our conversation, knows everybody who is on the call, and then after that somehow has access to our data like our emails, and then I'm getting marketing mails for something I did not subscribe for. I think that's also that's a kind of that's concerning, at least for me, because that means there's some privacy breach somehow, because you shouldn't have my email. You shouldn't be able to market to me. I did not subscribe to your service to start with. So that's another concern that this raises, because I was expecting that if you're using the premium version of, for instance, Otter, shouldn't be having, they shouldn't be using me to market to somebody else. I mean, they're already taking my money. So that's just me speaking. But then I'm hoping that somehow that gets attended to. Okay, so
let me come in here briefly on
okay,
this
sir.
issue. Some of these recording devices and the platforms, for example, Google, have what I would call, in quote, cousins. Like Google is tied to Gemini. So automatically, if you are using Gemini, Google, you may end up having Gemini as a side arrangement. So some of those AI tools are linked to some of these, even the recording ones like Zoom. So automatically, at a point, they may ask you to allow them to subscribe. Like in my own case, they will ask you to test run. Before you know it, they're already part of your system. So even this AI automatically joins some of the meetings now. So you have to also bear that in mind. So some of these people who receive those mail may actually have some tools that are related to these other ones that are disturbing them with marketing something. So it's not exactly that straightforward. So that's just the small I want to add to this.
Okay,
Thank you so
thank you
much, sir.
for that. Thank you for that input, sir. So so far I can't see any additional question in the chat box, and so I believe that will be all the questions we have from the attendees. So except you have additional inputs to make, I'm aware that you have a product that you launched to. I believe it's been launched anyway. From when your bio was read. That's for Mr. Bemshiba. So I don't know if that's something you want to talk about. Is it something you have that legal practitioners, law firm owners can profit from as we try to wrap up the session?
Yes, I do. Now, one of the concerns we've always had with using technology products is the fact that they are built somewhere and we get to use them. There are very little tools that are built in-house, managed in-house, and by in-house I mean by the country or in the country, that are built in the country and managed in the country, right? Now, we've continuously tried to build products that we own and comply to. And one of those is mid session, or one of that is mid session. Right. So let me log out and show us what mid session looks like. It's a mobile application that would record your physical meetings. Again, this is a legal profession. That means you're going to have multiple clients, and you need a way of structuring or organizing those clients' conversations on a single platform. That's also part of the things that Meet Session offer, as well as summaries to it. Now, we recently added, if you see from one of the slides, I added Meet AI. Now, Meet AI is the third component of it that helps you process what has been said, keeping everything on the same platform. So let me give an example of I think it's very tiny. Oh, this is very okay. Let me just show us. So this is a tool that would help record, transcribe. I think I'll send over the link to you. You can try it out. Now, as part of our contribution again to the legal space, because we are heavily legal, we're a legal tech company, and most of our products that are already existing are in the legal industry. Judic Mid Session. Now, Mid Session is targeting the lawyer specific, helping them do these things, record their meetings, transcribe them, and analyze them all on the same platform. So I will send out the link to it, the discount code, because it's also a paid for product, but they're just two plans, 1,500, 3,000 naira. So we'll send out a discount code for the Nba-Slp that gives every member that uses that discount code to pay for the professional plan, which is 3,000 at 1,000 naira. So it is a tool that a single tool that you can use to do all three processes that I have talked about.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lenetsil.
Thank you so much for that, and I'll be taking you up on that. I'm sure. Also, I don't know if you would grant us the permission to share your slides with attendees so that you can forward that to us together with the link, discount code, and then we'll package it together in our thank you email that we'll send out to participants.
Yes, I will.
So that they can, when they get our mails, they see your slides and they can also visit your platform and take advantage of the discount code that you have offered to the section. We appreciate that. So, okay, someone asking to get the discount. It will be sent by email to everyone.
Yes, it will be sent. Well, it will be sent. You have to be a member of SLP to get it. So if it's going to be sent out, you have to be a member of the SLP for you to get it.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So far that's all the questions and comments we have from our attendees for today's session. Thank you once again, Mr. Bemshima Peter, for taking the time to share with us on this. And thank you so much, Mr. Cyril Ojono, as well, for moderating this session. On this note, I think we'll be ready to give you back the rest of your Thursday afternoon. Thank you once again for joining us. For those who are wondering how to follow up with the session, the replay of this and all our previous webinar sessions are on the Nba-Slp YouTube channel. You can join that. Okay, then someone is saying I've been trying to join. Okay, please, the link to join the Nba-Slp has been shared severally. Okay, if you want to, so because this is a free webinar, but every other thing that comes from the free webinar is for paid members of the Nba-Slp, and it's really a token to be a member of the SLP. It doesn't cost so much. So please just click on the link in the chat box that is being shared, and when you click on the link, you register to be a member of the section for the rest of the year. I mean, there's a lot. We have a whole lot to offer. There's a lot we have been offering, and there's more to come, not just from this committee, from every other committee in the section. So, I mean, why don't you just join us all together? So please click on the link to become a member of the Nba-Slp, join the section, and then all the benefits that come with that, including the discount code from Mr. Bemshima Peter's company, you'll get the benefits from that. So thank you so much once again for joining us. On behalf of the executives, members of the Nba-Slp Technology, Media and Telecommunications Committee, and on behalf of the section chair, Ms. Falashade Ali Hussein, who has graciously stayed on the call until now. And thank you to the more than almost 300 persons who joined the call and have stayed through. Thank you so much for your time. And we hope that you make it a date with us again next week. We'll continue the technology series next week to look at another subject on technology as it relates to our practice as legal practitioners. So please join us again next week. I'll be coming your way with another topic, another very engaging speaker, and we hope to see you. In the meantime, you have the rest of the week from now to next week to join the Nba-Slp.
Thank you, Daniela. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone.